is Oak Agave, and I'm Curtis, and
I'm Chris.
Hey, we're just two old boys. We're going to try to do some bourbon and tequila reviews and talk about a lot of different things like Bigfoot and unicorns. Bigfoot, unicorns. And speaking of unicorns and Bigfoot, I got my Elvis shirt on today too.
That's a cool
So Chris is a fairly new tequila and bourbon sipper, and I've been doing it for a little while. But we're gonna do some stuff and see how it works out. But I need to say, we're gonna start off with a little bit of George T. Stagg. This bottle's already open, but it is George T. Stagg. Juice in it.
Be my first time tasting this. I had read about it, but this is definitely a unicorn. And it's hard to find.
This is going to be the first drink of the day, too. So it's going to hit the palate with a punch. But we'll see what you nose on that guy.
Oh, wow, man. That's got a lot of stuff going on right there.
So,
man, I know this is going to sound crazy, but you know what that smell reminded me of? A muscadine wine.
Really?
It had that aroma of those muscadines.
You know what?
Do you not?
I kind of pick up, maybe some grape.
Yeah, but it's the muscadine grape, not a Concord grape or whatever.
Yep.
That's an interesting smell, man.
What else do you smell on it?
All right.
Hit the nose. I know you probably smell a lot of ethanol on that.
Yeah, I do catch that ethanol smell. That was the word I was looking for. That
135 proof. I definitely smell the oak.
There's some leather there too, is it not?
Yeah.
Not?
Yeah, you'll get a little leather on that. You smell the oak?
Oh yeah, the oak is definitely there. But that muscadine, I don't know why I'm hitting that muscadine, but that's
an interesting perspective.
So I'm just
that's one of the aspects that you're going to be able to bring is new stuff, because you hadn't watched a lot of
reviews and stuff.
Big guy reviews that I watch all the time. So I'll throw out notes like caramel and creme brulee, and maybe some bread on some of them, and different things like that. But
muscadine was the first thing that
I don't think I've ever heard a reviewer on like a bourbon say muscadine. But so that's going to be a good aspect.
So we're ready to taste it?
Yeah, let's give it a little shot. Man.
Now here is where the oak hits me the most, is on the palate.
Oh yeah. That finish, the long finish, the oak is definitely prevalent on that. But you know what? I get a little more grape on that on the palate.
Man, I'm getting that muscadine wine. So I like that. That is good. The reviews I read on it. Yeah. And man, the way it warmed up, it just kind of just boom.
That's called a Kentucky hug.
A Kentucky hug. Yeah, okay. I'm learning something new there.
That's
I like that, Bernice. That's a good one.
Good.
No wonder it's a unicorn.
Yeah, it really is a unicorn. It's from the Buffalo Trace.
See, man, I just had caramel now come in my mouth there.
It's got such a long finish on it.
I mean, it's like a smoother as it's going.
It's almost like you took a bite of a creme brulee, and now still get that brown sugar and toasted, kind of like the burnt layer or a toasted layer on the top of the creme brulee. Just cut a little piece of that off and tasted it.
Yeah.
And the finish is just now diminishing just a little bit.
But it's a real smooth.
Right.
It's kind of like a
transition. Like,
but man, I got that caramel, almost kind of like an oat. I know that may sound like an oatmeal. That sounds crazy. I know.
No, it's nothing.
But I mean,
it's I don't know what the mash bill is on this. I'm not gonna. But it's corn and other stuff.
Man, I like that. Very impressive. Now I can see why that is the unicorn.
And that's kind of why I wanted to start our shows off, our first show that we've done, with 2 unicorns, like Fortaleza tequila.
See, I had never heard of that.
You can't find it anymore.
So
when I first started getting into tequila, it was everywhere. Like you could just go. I could go to the bottle shop. Matter of fact, I think I bought a couple of those bottles at the bottle shop in Columbus, Georgia. But
did I hit mine too fast? You
did it like a shot.
I didn't drink it that fast, man.
You sip on.
Because I'm
smell your glass now.
Do what now?
Smell your glass.
To me, there's that muscadine smell. I know that sounds crazy, but there I brought that to the table. All right. That was good, Prince. Thank you.
Yeah, good. So tell me a little bit about your Sasquatch hunt.
Oh, well, okay. So the Squatch Seekers of the South is a group that we started. It was a different name back in 2014, I believe, but this became the name, and on Facebook, this is our group. And it's basically just some friends of I and I, we've gotten together with the same general interest in Bigfoot.
Yeah.
People ask me, Chris, have you ever seen a Bigfoot? No, I've never seen a Bigfoot. Do I believe in Bigfoot?
You ever heard one, you think?
Yes, I've heard sounds that we couldn't explain, like tree knocks. Tree knock is a weird sound that we've heard in random and remote areas, just a big pop. And the only way I can describe a tree knock is if you were to take a wooden baseball bat and get up to an oak tree and hit it as hard as you can.
Wow. Yeah, that'd probably draw your attention.
What really got me into, I've always liked the idea of Bigfoot. When I was a kid, of course, the Patty film there in Bluff Creek, California, that I think was in the late 60s.
Oh, yeah.
Peter Gimley, can you remember
the guy walking across the creek?
Yeah, and that few seconds of that footage. But I was hiking on Appalachian Trail in 2005, 2006, and was on the section from Newfound Gap to Davenport, which is real remote. And it had snowed on us one night. And I had teamed up with some folks that I met on the trail, and we stayed in a shelter. And we were 2 nights in from Newfound Gap. That shelter tells you how far we're in of hiking. Got up the next morning. It was Mother's Day. There was probably 4, 5, 6 inches of snow on the ground. I was cutting the trail, and I got ahead of Tiffany and what was his name? Mike. They were from Tallahassee, Florida. And as I was cutting the trail, they were coming up behind me. I got on the AT, and I'm walking, and all of a sudden I look down and I see these bare human footprints, like somebody walking around barefooted on the trail.
Were they big?
They were 10 to 11 inches. Nothing like you hear at the AT. Yeah.
Bigfoot.
Well, I mean,
nothing you'd want to go and get some plaster and pour in.
No, but looking back on it, when I stopped and I looked down, the first thought in my mind was, who in the hell is up here walking around barefooted? And so I'm standing here looking at these footprints, and they come out of the wood line, and they're fresh. I mean, they were then minutes that this thing did. And I'm looking down at it, and they come walking up on me, and what are you looking at? I said, what do y'all make of this? And his name wasn't, I can't remember his name. Anyway, he goes, who in the hell is walking around up here barefooted? He's the same thing. So we started walking the trail, and 60, 70, 80 yards, it cuts back into the brush. And then, so if somebody's doing a practical joke, they hiked in, spent the night because it was just breaking day.
Yeah.
And they're barefooted. So I don't know what it was.
I don't think anybody's going to go through all that.
But it was a bipedal. It was bipedal, meaning walking upright on 2 feet.
Yeah.
It was not bear tracks. I've also heard about the feral people of the Smokies.
I just saw something the other day on TV about the feral people. And no, it was on YouTube. There was a guy actually going through the Appalachian Trail, and he was looking for the feral people. I think he made another video that I didn't find that actually he found some and talked to them.
There's a book that Horst Keppert wrote, and it's called Our Southern Highlanders, and it's all about the people, especially in the Smoky Mountain area, before it became I guess it's what you call a national park. And those people were moved out by the government for it to be established what it is today. And they said that a lot of those people did not leave. and they stayed in there. And they're
kind of like we did with the American Indians.
Exactly.
But we won't go into that today. We're going to leave that for something stronger to talk about today.
But yeah, it is a lot of that, and thinking of that moment and looking back on it, that really kind of pricked my interest into Bigfoot, because Bigfoot, if they do exist and they breed, they have young ones, and they're not huge feet,
and they are the absolute champions at hide and seek.
Yes, hide and seek champions of the universe. Exactly.
Oh boy,
but we could get into all kind of talks of Bigfoot, because I also believe, and I've started learning about the Nephilim.
Never heard of them.
Nephilim is in Genesis. Not too far into the book of Genesis, we get this quick paragraph of what Nephilim are. And it was these breed of people where angels lusted on human women and came and had sexual relations with humans. And this Nephilim was their offspring. And they were giants.
I'm putting the whiskey away from
so I'm taking really go down. Right. We needed our tinfoil hats. So
I'm taking the bourbon away from Chris now.
And we're talking some stuff that you can do a whole.
Now, see, that's one of the reasons that I thought of you to do this channel with, is because I know your vast knowledge of the Bible and different stuff, like just being a man and all the different stuff, the things that come with that. But building fires. Chris is an outdoorsman. Like, he's got his own channel also on YouTube that's called
Look and See Outdoors. It was formerly the Bearded Bama Bushcrafter.
And what are you kind of doing there?
Well, I do all kind of things, really. We talk about Bigfoot. Get out and do things with my kids, just goofing off in the woods. We do things on campcraft, making fires, like you said, doing little survival scenarios, fishing, hunting, hiking. Did a series on hiking this past summer, and we wound up doing a through hike on the not the Appalachian Trail, but Pine Mountain Trail, which is a local trail. The trail itself is 23 miles long, and then there's additional loops, which I think total you have about 70 miles of hiking up in Pine Mountain, Georgia. So
cool.
Just
if you haven't been to Pine Mountain, you need to go. There's a lot of cool things to do there.
It's nice. It's a nice area to visit.
Callaway Gardens is there, and they do, at Christmas time, they do a light show that you drive your car through, or you ride a trolley through, and it's. They
also have a bike ride that you can do.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they do a special night where you ride bikes, and they also do a run, the Christmas lights run.
And I ain't riding a bike through. The last time I rode a bicycle at Callaway Gardens, I was probably 12 years old, and I was a little chubby kid. And we're up there, still am, but we were out there with some friends that we used to go up there every weekend when I was a kid. And we rented bicycles one day, and I was riding that bicycle. Donna and Terry, I ain't going to say the last name, but they were out in front of me, their brother and sister, and I was trying to catch up with them on the bicycle. And they were looking back, all the stuff kids do. And I was going hard on that bicycle trying to catch them. And I got tired, so I was barefooted on the bicycle too. So I put my feet up on the front fender, and the fenders were metal on them bicycles that used to rent. And my foot slipped off and went under that fender.
Oh God!
And cut the entire bottom of my foot off.
I
mean,
it's like filleted.
And it was hanging. Sorry, I don't mean to get graphic, but like, it was hanging. I couldn't walk. I hit the ground.
I need to drink more now.
I hit the ground and started screaming, and some guy that was coming through the gate to come into Callaway Gardens saw me and heard me and stopped, picked me up, wrapped my foot in a towel, and took me to the first aid station. Oh, it was very painful. Anyway, good times. But anyway, you want to try a little tequila?
Sure do.
So this is Fortaleza. Most all tequilas are going to be 80 proof. Okay. Unless it's a special tequila. Like, I've got a steel strength up here.
I mean, it'd be more when you get into the specialties, or less, or?
Not a lot more. Like, most high proof tequila is going to be 90.
Man, we're talking about tequila.
It's going to be 90 proof.
The tequilas I've had.
I can tell you everything there is to know about tequila and bourbon, but
Fortaleza, so you can't find this
you
anymore?
can't find it anywhere. Mainly it's
Is it because of the demand of it, or they don't make it anymore?
well, the demand and the scarcity of it. It's like most of it goes to restaurants and whatnot now.
To the highest bidder?
Or it goes to special allocated release drops. Like liquor stores, if they do get a bottle of it, they only get one or two. And they put it in the back room somewhere, right? You know, and they put it in the vault. And a lot of people have point systems, or they'll put out on Facebook, hey, in an hour, we're going to have an allocated bourbon drop. And typically they'll have, if they have some Fortaleza, they'll have that and that bourbon drop as well. But that's an open bottle also. So just to be fair, but
am I curious, what kind of price range are we looking at for this type of tequila?
This guy retail is probably $60 for a Reposado.
Okay.
But on the secondary, Reposado goes for about $120. But on the nose,
man, that's amazing how it
just sip it too when you taste it.
Yeah, I'm not going to. I didn't mean to shoot that one. I didn't realize I was shooting it. I thought I was.
But on the nose, you get just straight agave.
It really makes my taste buds, they open up. I can
like
feel
salivate.
Yeah,
almost.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
No lie there.
I've heard that before too. But
and it's like it's on the side of my tongue back there. It's like,
and the color of it, because this is a clear bottle, but the color is a slight tint,
greenish,
like a slight tint versus
the dark,
probably 15-year aged bourbon. So the Añejo is aged in used white oak barrels. So ex-bourbon barrels.
Okay.
And this one's probably aged 6 to 9 months in that barrel. And you pick up a slight, subtle, very slight and subtle oak.
I'm also getting, this may sound great, a watery kind of, I don't know how to explain it other than say watery. And it's not a bad, like a dirty turtle pond, but just a nice, pleasant kind of a...
Like some Fiji water.
Yeah, some bougie water. I don't know, it's kind of a thing. But it's amazing how the taste...
Like a clean rain almost.
Yeah, it's a very pleasant smell.
And you know what? It may be from the water source that they use. I think they actually do use rainwater.
Okay. Well,
to distill the spirit with.
Are you picking that up too?
I can see what you're talking about, yeah. But it's ever so subtle, slight. And you see the way it sticks to the glass? That's one of the things you look at too.
Okay, see, now I'm learning here.
Like, you just kind of swirl it like this, and then it just kind of...
Oh, yeah, okay.
It develops legs and kind of runs down the side of the glass.
All right.
But that's the way you can tell a really good tequila. I forgot to show you that on the bourbon, because the bourbon...
Yeah, I've heard them talk about the legs.
The bourbon wouldn't have even had legs. Probably it would have just stuck and been there. Sometimes, like this guy, if you leave some in your glass, you can actually stain the glass.
Really?
Yeah, because it's like...
Is that from that oak
getting
in there?
Yeah, it's the
tannins?
The tannins, yeah. Let's go to the taste buds.
Come on. Back to your life.
We don't have lemons and salt, so this is a sipping tequila.
Oh my goodness. Man, that was not any.
And this is not your old Jose Cuervo.
But see, the Montezuma, oh man. And this is my, what is it?
Your experience
1887, the bottle that's got the worm in it.
Oh yeah, mezcal.
Mezcal.
Yeah.
See, I like that. And I know that's nothing to compare with this, no doubt.
No.
And what was that? Don Julio was another that
I've got Don Julio's over there. Those 1942s and all that.
Man, you'd have to be careful with this stuff right here.
Well,
this will have you.
I have spoiled my wife making her margaritas. I don't make margaritas with this, but I might use Cascawan. See, this is a high proof.
Wow,
this is a high proof tequila. It's 48% alcohol, so it's 96 proof. So that's considered a really high proof tequila.
And you were talking about earlier how tequila has become, there's like a big movement in tequila.
Oh yeah. Well, because it's worldwide. You know, it's people enjoy it all over the world, and of course they do bourbon as well. But bourbon's been more popular for a longer time, I believe.
Yeah, I would say yeah, I can see it because I've heard more about bourbons over time than I have the tequilas. Because I've never heard of this tequila, and I have heard of Stag because trying to learn about the bourbons and getting on Google and reading stuff, and it talked about the Stag, but of course it's like the unicorn. Where are unicorns?
This is this is one of the unicorns for sure.
And I've noticed with the bourbons when they become like this, the price range is unbelievable.
So I had a Pappy 15, and it was, if I sold it on the secondary market, it would have been a $1,500 bottle. But I didn't.
Prentice, this stuff right here is amazing.
Yeah, I figured we'd start our series off with just some bangers.
Absolutely, no burn whatsoever.
No, it was 80 proof. That's why. And you had 135 before that,
so that calmed it down a lot, didn't it?
Right. So I'm going to let you have a little bit more of one of your favorites.
Which one?
And we'll keep talking about different stuff. You want to do that?
You talking about the Blantons? Or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or some Blanton's Gold.
So now you kicked that one back pretty quick.
This one? I sipped on it.
On the tequila,
Yeah, I sipped on it. I like tequila.
I've got a story that I could tell, but I would have to change the names to keep the people's identity safe about a bottle of tequila one night. And maybe on another episode we'll get into that.
Yeah, we're going to need a lot of stuff to talk about.
Oh, you got the gold.
Yeah, this is the gold.
Okay,
the gold, Blanton's Gold. This is actually a UK pick, or from the UK.
Okay. Now, Blanton, he was actually a colonel in the Civil War, wasn't he?
Right. Yes, he was. This is 103.
And does the Buffalo Trace Distillery, are they the ones who are doing the Blantons now?
Yes. Yep. So,
how rare is this bottle that you're holding?
This bottle.
I know the regular Blantons you can't hardly find here.
Yeah. No, well,
I know you can, but you've got better feels for it.
We can find Blantons all day, every day.
See, I just let me know. When I do, they want them $200, $300, $400 for the bottle. Oh God! I know that sounds crazy.
Please never pay that. A bottle of Blanton's, please don't. But Blanton's Gold is kind of hard to find. I can find it, but it's going to be about.
So now we're going back to our bourbon glasses.
Yeah, it's going to be about $200 on the secondary. I heard there's a secondary. I don't know. Maybe there is.
So when you say secondary, what, like the market through?
There are some people out
eBay
there.
That kind of stuff.
It's not eBay. But I'm not going to say the platform is on.
Okay.
On camera.
Keep that identity safe.
But yeah. So I'm still smelling the George Stag.
Probably would good to kind of cleanse the palate there, wouldn't it?
Switching back.
How's the water? What are you getting?
I'm getting water. You said you were getting water earlier.
Definitely getting water there.
And that's not bougie water, by the way. That's the Dasani water.
That used to be the bougie water.
Hey, guess what? You can barely pick this bottle up. What's going on with that?
Yeah, they're getting eco.
You can barely hold the bottle. It's so flimsy and thin. But you remember what Blanton's tastes like.
Oh, yeah.
So this guy, puts it to bed, covers it up with a pillow or a sheet and a pillow, and puts it night. Brushes it.
Mm-mm-mm.
You probably still smell that. I didn't get you a clean glass, and I apologize for that.
It's good stuff right there.
That's way better than regular blends. But they've got something called straight from the barrel. That's going to be about 130 proof.
So what proof is this one?
This is like 103.
So
51.5%. Yeah, so it's 103.
Well, I guess you could say I'm getting a little infinity type going on here, mixing it in.
Yeah,
but you're mixing it with definitely a high end.
If I got to mix something with something, I'm going to mix Pappy with George T. Stagg. You probably have something there.
It would be interesting for us to get a bottle, an infinity bottle going, and through time see how it changes.
Got one.
You do?
Got one on the shelf.
I like pipe tobacco, and over time, when I would start getting down to I call it the dregs of tobacco. You got to I would start mixing it, and it's amazing what you get in that tobacco. Just mix. And I'm talking about mixing good quality tobacco with Captain Black, or just behind the counter kind of things you pick up.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite blends, I don't even know if you can still get it, but it was called a Savannah blend, and there was a smoke shop in Savannah, Georgia. And that was one of the best.
Was it kind of an open air place? Right there on the river?
It was there on River Street.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of like in a corner, if I remember.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And they had a real clovey hint to it. Yeah. Man, it was fabulous.
Oh, yeah. I love clove and tobacco when you get that note. My favorite, I mean, it's probably cheesy in the tobacco world, but the cherry tobacco.
Captain Black? Cherry.
It's like one of my favorite. Like, I used to smoke a pipe occasionally.
One of my uncles was an avid pipe smoker. And it's funny what a smell will kick up as far as
memories,
nostalgia.
Yeah.
And cherry pipe tobacco. He had a pipe. When I think of him, I see a pipe in his mouth. And he had that pouch, and he would open it. And my dad smoked pipe occasionally.
Pipes are a lot of trouble.
But see, man,
reading
C.S. Lewis and reading Tolkien really got me into wanting to learn how to smoke pipe. And smoking a pipe is an art form. I really believe that. Because you got to learn how to pack it.
You got to learn how to control the heat.
And not get it too hot, and not get it where it's bubbling when you're smoking, like you're about to blow bubbles.
And you got to learn the right firmness to pack the tobacco too.
Yeah. And what is it was C.S. Lewis. One of them said, I'm butchering this quote, but it keeps you busy doing something, and it also keeps you from speaking foolishly when you have a pipe in your mouth. But that is definitely paraphrasing that quote.
And that's a good reason to smoke cigars when you're having bourbon too.
Yeah. And see, I do like cigars, but I'm not an aficionado on cigars, but I tend to smoke the pipe more. Not that I smoke a lot.
Yeah.
I enjoy it, especially when the weather gets cold like it is. It's nice to sit outside and enjoy a good pipe.
Well, when it gets warm, we're going to change our scenery to
the outside world.
We'll go to the patio and have the
Blanton's,
bar.
Blanton's is good. I like.
But
I know Blanton's better than I do Stagg. But Stagg was fabulous. Yeah. This just kind of reminds me of a silly thing to say, a smoky bar. It does.
No, it's not a silly.
Not that that's a good thing, but then just kind of thinking of things that pop in my head. Because to me, when you're doing a taste testing, it can be places you've been.
Sure.
It reminds you of things that you've eaten, things that you have drank.
100%, yeah.
But a smoky bar. That's kind of what that reminds me of.
Of course, you're picking up a lot of the barrel char off of the George T. Stagg as well. And I wish I would have gotten
That's smooth stuff, right? It don't have near that burn.
It's got a little bit of a burn on
that Kentucky hug
on the tongue.
Kind of like slight to me.
Kind of like a white pepper, maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
Just a little bit of white pepper for the burn, but the taste, and you'll learn as we get into this. Smooth is not always a good thing. Because smooth sometimes can equal nothing. You know.
Okay.
This water's smooth.
Yeah, it is.
But the Dasani is smooth.
The Dasani.
You know what I'm saying? Though.
I got you.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely on a road of learning here.
No, there's no doubt. Yeah. And I'm not saying I can't learn anything about these, but I know a lot about them.
You do. You know. He was telling me the other night when we were talking about his collection, and then I've got like 4 or 5 bottles, and I come in.
I got a couple,
and he's got 6 bottles.
I got a couple bottles.
So he's got a couple more bottles.
Oh, there's 7.
7.
Yeah,
I missed that
7 bottles.
So
yeah, and like I couldn't move my chair over anymore because they're all on the floor over here.
Yeah, and it's very impressive.
I don't know if it's impressive.
No, it's impressive. This is impressive. No.
Or depressive.
No, not depressive. This is impressive.
The wife might disagree.
Well, that's a whole nother thing we can get into.
Yeah, we'll leave that for another day.
Yeah, discussing what wives like and what wives don't like.
But we'll have an off-camera conversation about that one night.
Or a hidden camera conversation on that one.
Yes. Yeah, something stronger. But anyway, no, we both got fabulous wives that put up with a lot of crap. I promise.
All right, we're back.
We had to change batteries in the camera, so I guess it's about time to end this video. But I look forward to a lot more, and I hope Chris does as well.
I am. I'm looking forward to furthering this adventure, no doubt.
I think we can hit on some topics and subjects, and
may have to get the tinfoil out some nights on some of our discussions.
Absolutely, I might need to put some on the roof. Keep the.
May even have to paint the roof blue.
Put a blue tarp. Yeah.
That's a really pickup on that.
Yeah. Especially Californians
in Hawaii.
Anyway, so well, I hope you guys will enjoy the content here. I don't know.
If not, we'll appreciate you anyway.
Yeah, maybe my phone will shut up. And but anyway, so we're going to end it here, and I
want to say thank you for sharing.
Oh, you're absolutely
man.
The unicorn.
I moved up a level, a good level here this afternoon.
I don't know if it's possible for your IQ to go any.
No, IQ can definitely improve.
No,
I'm talking about getting into these bourbons, because this is where I wanted to go, but I haven't been able to get there yet. So this is another step for me, and I appreciate you sharing.
Well, and that's what I figured we'd start.
And the tequila, completely learning something new here with tequila.
Next time, we're going to go low.
Let's go low.
We went high. Next time, we're going to go high, go low. We're going to go Buffalo Trace still. I've got an idea. We're going to go to a Buffalo Trace product, but it's going to be, you go into a Maple Mart or a Bottle Shop or one of my other favorite liquor stores, and you're going to find it on the bottom shelf. And it'll probably be around $15-$20.
Okay.
So
some Canadian.
No. It's going to be bourbon. Good stuff. But
do you think? Let me ask you this: do you think we'll ever get into Scotch?
I've got some.
Because I've got some interesting. I don't like Scotch neither, but I've got some. I got an interesting take on the Scotch that I was introduced one time that I do like.
I think we need to do a couple more bourbons first, and then we'll kind of venture into.
Because I know there's a lot of Scotch lovers out there.
I know there's a taste. Yeah, it's.
But maybe we could like it. Maybe we could.
I want to like.
Maybe we could do a video sometime on Scotch.
Because it's just fun with. It's aged in oak. Yeah,
I had one that was aged in oak, and it was very impressive.
Well,
this one was done like in rum casks.
Oh, okay.
That's what
finished.
Yes,
finished in rum.
One of my good friends, because I was not liking the peaty taste of Scotch. And I'll have to tell you a story about a Scotch and a raccoon, okay? You need to remind me of that down the road.
Y'all put down in the comments, Scotch and raccoon.
Scotch and raccoon. There's
Okay.
a funny story about that. But one of my friends, he had a bottle of Scotch, and I can never remember the name of it, but it was aged in rum cask, and it was good. And I actually would drink that. I would.
Well, get in touch with your cousin and find out what it was.
I can do that. And maybe we can get a bottle and we do a taste test.
Yeah, sounds good to me. We'll try it out. But I guess we're going to end it here, and y'all know what to do. Down below, hit the like, share, and please subscribe, and at least throw a thumbs up or a thumbs down or something. Just kind of
know what you think.
Help the algorithms and help us. Let us know.
Build this channel.
Yeah, let us know what we need to do to improve. That's not going to be tough.
Be nice.
Be nice, please. Anyway, thank you, and I hope y'all have a great day. We'll see you next time.
You guys.
Thank you.